In the eerie stillness of my room, darkness clung to the walls like a suffocating shroud. The only source of illumination came from a flickering lamp in the corner, casting long, dancing shadows that seemed to have a life of their own. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the distant hum of machinery and the occasional creak of the old building settling into the night. My room, if you could call it that, was a cold, sterile chamber with faded, peeling wallpaper that bore the scars of years gone by. A single narrow window barely allowed slivers of moonlight to pierce the oppressive gloom, revealing a desolate courtyard below. It felt like the kind of place nightmares were born. As I lay on my narrow bed, a sense of foreboding crept over me. The atmosphere seemed charged with an otherworldly energy. Strange whispers echoed in the shadows, and I couldn't shake the feeling that unseen eyes were watching my every move. Days blurred into nights, each passing moment amplifying the disquiet that festered within these cold, institutional walls. The staff here moved like ghosts, their faces expressionless masks that revealed nothing of the secrets concealed behind the locked doors of the asylum. I had a plan, a desperate escape route that would free me from the clutches of this place. The hours ticked away as I meticulously studied the patterns of the guards, the shifts in the surveillance cameras, and the creaks in the floor that betrayed their movements. I could almost taste the freedom that lingered just beyond my reach. One night, shrouded in darkness, I executed my plan. Every step felt like a heartbeat pounding in my ears, each breath a silent prayer that I wouldn't be discovered. The labyrinthine corridors seemed to stretch into eternity as I moved, guided only by the pale moonlight that filtered through the occasional window. As I reached the courtyard, a chill wind whispered through the trees, carrying with it an indescribable sense of dread. I stumbled over uneven ground, my pulse quickening with each step. Freedom awaited, or so I thought. Just as the exhilaration of my impending escape surged through my veins, reality shattered. The courtyard twisted and contorted, the walls closing in around me. Shadows morphed into grotesque shapes, and the wind carried the haunting wails of tormented souls. Panic set in, a suffocating grip that tightened with every heartbeat. Abruptly, I awoke in my room, bathed in the sickly glow of the flickering lamp. The cold reality of the asylum enveloped me, and the realization struck with the force of a sledgehammer. I had never left. My escape had been nothing more than a fevered dream, a mirage conjured by a mind on the brink of unraveling. The nightmare had not ended. It had merely taken a brief pause. The walls closed in again, and the whispers returned, more sinister than ever. The asylum, my prison, extended its tendrils into the recesses of my sanity. As the first rays of the sunrise painted the world beyond my window, a bitter irony settled over me. The escape plan was an illusion, a cruel trick played by my own fractured mind. The nightmare continued, and I was but a captive audience to the horrors within.